Guess what?
What? Why am I having to guess? Tell me.
We lost power.
Are you what? America?
Sunday wind down, Ida with the voice on the speaker, Sunny on the mic and it's all round. Conversations are bigger, so fill my cup, fill my cup. I'm already tuned in all the way up, all the way up. Can't stop listening now.
Hey, you guys. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Sunday Wind Down podcast. I'm your girl, Ida Alicia.
And this is DJ Sunny Sistuki.
Yes, welcome to today's podcast. If you're just joining us, this is the place that we talk about real issues. We learn from each other.
Drink wine.
We drink wine and
or
whiskey.
And tea on occasion.
And we laugh a little. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you, even on Apple Podcast, it's still called subscribing. Yeah, subscribe. Listen in, watch us on YouTube. Yeah, we love it here. I know you will too.
So, speaking of this weekend that just passed, I was in LA and I was supposed to be wearing this t-shirt. So, this t-shirt is a Nyumbani t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's a rugby t-shirt.
Right.
And I got it so that I can have it to wear at the stadium when I go to LA. My flight was at 8. The t-shirt got here at 10.
Man, but you're wearing it today.
So I'm wearing it today.
It's a really
I didn't
nice
get to wear
t-shirt.
it in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like even if it would have got here, it would have been covered at the stadium.
Covered.
It was so cold.
Oh, I hear you. Very unlike California weather, huh?
Yeah. Like those ones of I needed gloves. And
Damn.
I had my hands in my pocket the whole time. I was wearing a t-shirt, a hoodie, a jacket, and I was still cold.
Kwani you all brought Canada to California?
It seems like it. Hey, it was horrible.
Did you guys make it to the stadium at least?
We did.
Okay, that's
Yeah, we
good.
made it to the stadium. So I got there on Friday. From the moment I landed, it was raining.
Right.
It was cold. The weather was miserable.
Yeah.
Friday night, we had a gig. 11:45, right before I'm supposed to start my set at midnight. And the place is getting a good number of people.
Right.
There's a storm in California. Guess what?
What? Why am I having to guess? Tell me.
We lost power.
Are you what? America?
We lost power in California.
Did they have any backup generators?
No,
or anything?
they're not used to losing power.
Oh, okay.
So they had nothing.
So you guys were in the dark?
We were in the dark. And then people kept coming in. People
my
kept
God.
coming in. The
There's
place
no
kept getting... There's no music. There's no lights.
Oh my God.
The bar is still selling alcohol, but cash only.
Oh, because electronically you
Cannot charge cards.
Oh my
Apparently
God.
they can't charge cards without the electricity.
Right.
And us guys are just sitting there.
Wow. So did you guys have electricity? Rudy? Ama you
It
guys
never
actually
came back. Apparently lightning had hit a transformer and the whole block was no electricity.
Oh my God, that is wild to me.
Yeah, this was close to LAX.
Wow. So that day was cancelled?
Yeah, actually, one of our other DJ friends, DJ Freddie Max,
Yeah.
who's from California, which big shout out to him. He had an after party spot called Seven Kingdom. And then people came there and partied hard till 5 in the morning.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing.
Saturday, we went to the stadium. It was cold. We watched Kenya play. The field was soaking wet.
Man.
And then it even hailed while we were at
That
the
is
stadium.
wild to me. I cannot believe it. I know you showed me a video that it was like white.
Yes.
It was like the ground was white and it was all from hail.
Yes.
That is wild to me. And that is California. And do you
California.
know the weather that weekend here in North Carolina, the mountains where we were, even Virginia, the weather was fine. Like it rained over there, but it was not less than at least 60.
Yeah. It was bad weather.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
then we went on and did our Saturday night gig, which went fine.
Okay, so your siku stima ikupotea.
Stima ikupotea, everything
KPLC.
went well. Yeah, everything was good. Then on Sunday,
Yeah.
we had a party on Sunday. The place started getting packed. Apparently, the bar manager or the owner, I'm not sure who he was,
Yeah.
rude as all get out.
Oh my,
Yes. Rude
my
guy.
God.
So when Shinsky and I showed up to the place, it was about 7:30 p.m., almost 8. We get into the DJ booth, we put our bags down. The guy literally, and excuse my language, points to us and says, I don't even know what these motherfuckers are doing here. Because I only need one person or two people in the DJ booth, at the most 3, and this guy is just standing here. He needs to get the fuck out of here. Like, And then
why? Why so much hostility?
I
What
have
had
no
happened?
idea, nothing.
That is crazy. So did you
Then-
end up doing the gig over there?
Well, so I started my set. This guy would proceed to go out of the bar area and use that kind of foul language and attitude to people attending the party,
Oh my god.
to customers.
Wow. This is crazy. He's not Kenyan, I'm
No,
assuming.
no. I think
So he has no idea that you guys are traveling
white guy,
to be here.
I think. And then
Wow.
the party starts getting really packed around 10 p.m. It's only 10 p.m. He goes yelling at people at the door who are letting people in. Then he comes and turns the music off.
What?
Then he gets on the mic and he says, "Party is over. Everybody go the fuck home."
What was
Excuse
his
my language,
problem?
but I don't know if he was racist or if he was just stupid or if he was high
That's
or if it was
crazy.
all of the above.
All the above, Aki, to be honest. Like, because you're a manager there. People are bringing you money. I don't understand. Why are you closing shop at 10?
Then
Where?
Kenyans, obviously, so many people tried to reason with him, talk to him. This
Yeah.
is a big deal. We've come from everywhere. There's DJs here to play. They're
Right.
flown in, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Zero. So I had just finished my set when he shut the music down. Shinsky had started his set and then DJ Steve Jr. showed up and
Yeah.
Steve Jr. started playing. Maybe he played 2 songs. Things got shut down.
That's wild.
Guess what happened? Seven Kingdom again, the after party
They came
spot.
through.
Everyone went there.
That's
so
a
again,
good
big
thing.
shout out to DJ Freddie Max for putting that together.
That is so awesome. Damn, that sounds like a lot of drama happened, huh?
A lot. But out of everything, I'll tell you, we had a great time.
That's good.
Kenyans
That's so
showed up
good.
at the stadium despite the cold.
Yeah, oh
in
my God.
big numbers.
Yeah.
Everyone that was there, despite the hiccups, had a fabulous time.
That's so good to
So
hear.
I'll give it up to the Kenyans that showed up to LA.
Woot woot.
You guys are the true MVPs that really made this work.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody that made it to the stadium. That is so amazing. Wow.
And that cold weather, hey, I doubt people were even. I'm amazed people even came out because I would feel like people would have stayed in their hotel rooms.
Yeah, I would think so. But imagine traveling all the way and not, being part of that, because we come from different states to go and do that. But, well, yeah, I mean, shout out to you if you made it to the stadium. That is a really good thing. That's amazing. But your parties in the end, everything was successful. Everything was
the
good.
parties were great. The vibe was good. Everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
We got to meet. Obviously, a good thing about going to these LA or not LA necessarily, these rugby events.
Yeah.
Is getting to meet people that you sometimes only get to see once a year when you go for rugby.
True. Very true.
Because Kenyans come from all over the country
Yeah.
and some from all over the world.
Yeah, to
and
see.
It's a big community get together, really, is what it is. And it's always really good. It's always a great time.
That's true. There is this campaign that was going on. It said Twende Study.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people use this hashtag Twende Study just to create awareness, and I feel like it worked. We've always talked about it. It's not a very new thing.
Yeah.
It's been there in the prior years, so I know it's been there, but I feel like it's gained more traction.
It
Do you
has.
think it has? Yeah, I feel like
so it was a
has.
big deal, by the way, in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because when people went to Vegas, people really didn't go to the stadium.
Yeah, we
Because
just-
Vegas just has that vibe of just you want to go and just enjoy on the strip.
Yeah.
And everyone was on the strip, and the stadium was off strip.
That's true. I remember.
But LA, man, everything is everywhere.
Yeah.
So
So you might
everyone's
as well.
transporting themselves, taking Ubers or
long
driving.
distance driving, but you just do it.
Long distance
Speaking of
driving.
long distance, I saw something on Instagram. At if you're in a wrong,
Here we go again.
Yes, Christo. What is wrong with me? No,
At
I meant
least
to-
once every show. At least once. Eh?
At if you're in a wrong. I saw something on Instagram that said, if you are in a long distance relationship, there's a gadget that you can buy and attach on your phone. It's a kissing gadget. So my
Allah.
partner on the other end has to have the same gadget, and you would kiss me through the phone, literally, and that would transport your breathing, would transport your movement of the
The
lips to
lips.
the other person, so they will feel that, and even sound. Don't you think that's insane?
That I have so many questions.
I know, like that's something you don't hear every day. I
Yeah.
mean,
But it's made by the Chinese.
yep, they make everything, even Corona.
So that tells me
Okay, is that an anti-Semitic statement? What? I read it. I read that it was made in a lab.
what?
I just said they make everything, even Corona. Don't make me repeat it.
Oh, Okay, I see what you meant.
I'm just saying, out of the headlines that we read on the news, I feel like that is public information now.
And I'm just saying this statement out of sheer curiosity, that the Chinese don't use the tongue when they kiss.
Because, how do I know? Oh, because the machine doesn't have the tongue. That's smart.
Or does it have tongue?
Or does it not? I don't know. We're going to have to look up the machine or buy one. Machine. But these Chinese people, kudos to them for being so innovative.
I know.
I cannot even knock them. It's crazy. They come up with very crazy, creative things.
Imagine at a party, if you want to know how people, like, say, what is this thing? Speed dating.
Speed dating, yeah.
Imagine on a speed dating thing, if you had the kissing thing, so you don't actually kissing, but you're kissing, and you put kissing booths in like speed dating places, or like a kissing booth in a party, like a 360 photo booth. You know, so if you want to try and see how it feels to kiss someone.
Let me just see, but I'm not exchanging fluids with you, but I'm still kissing you.
Exactly.
That is wild. I feel like it will come in handy. I don't know. They just introduced it, and let's see how it goes.
Or maybe a test before you start, like,
I think you're doing too much. Your brain is doing a lot right now. It's like, maybe you should live in China. Maybe we should do this.
Like, maybe it could be used where you're not sure if before you start dating someone, you want to know if they're a good kisser.
Okay.
You know, and before you really commit to the kiss.
Yeah, but is that all that comes in when it comes to dating? It's so much more. You want to know if they're good other things.
But what if kissing is an important part of the whole process? You know?
I guess some people may benefit.
Yeah, what if it's a deal killer?
Some people may benefit from that machine. Yeah. You know, and speaking of that, you know what else I saw that they came up with in Kenya, the Chinese people? They have this mall. It's called the China Square. Yeah, China Square Mall. I think it is called. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? This is like, it's inside, I think, something called Unit Mall or something. It's on Thika Road. And it got so much, like, hype. I heard about it and I was here. So apparently people learned about it from TikTok. So it got a good buzz from TikTok where kids were showing their parents, Mom, I want to go here, because they have like aisles and aisles of toys and like kids stuff. So, you know, if you take a nice little reel or whatever, people will look at it and want to follow. And a lot of the time it's the kids that were telling their parents, Niliona friend yangu huku, let's go. Imagine that. So it's a big mall. It's a shop within a mall. But what it is...
So it's a shop within a mall that is a mall.
It's technically a mall in itself. It's so humongous. It's like if you're in the Americas or whatever, like where you have Costco or Sam's Club, it's like that big.
Yeah.
But you can buy single stuff like from like you're buying from Walmart. It's not a wholesale club, and you don't need membership. But it is that humongous, and you find everything from cooking stuff to food to toys to fishing stuff, camping stuff, you know. So, and that's new to the Kenyan market, because our supermarkets will have some of them will have zucchini on the side where you get fresh vegetables, but sometimes not in the supermarket. Or like if you're lucky, some supermarkets will carry even like mattresses, but it's not a common thing. So this is very new to us because it carries everything under one roof.
But when I was in Kenya recently, I went to Carrefour.
Yeah.
Which I used to call it Carrefour,
and then
I was corrected that it's Carrefour.
It is whatever you want to call it.
I went to car number 4, and this place had a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to see if I could buy a basin to bathe the baby.
Yeah.
Or also like a high chair to feed the baby.
Yeah.
And clothes and groceries and
you
TVs.
found all this under one roof?
Yeah, they had TVs, they had a washing machine, they had
But they always
fridges.
have that kind of stuff in the supermarkets, you would imagine. But this one, I think it feels more ginormous just because it carries everything too. A lot of times, if you want like them basins and the baskets or whatever, you go to Kamkunji. It's not Karioko. Yes, Lord. It is Kamkunji. Karioko is different. It's for leather and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Kamkunji, you go and buy those stuff there. So that's known for that kind of market. And then kama kuna vitu zingine, like this little side tables, like bedside tables, you go and get a carpenter. And most of the times in Gikomba, who just does that for you. But you know, now they have this IKEA kind of stuff where you fix quickly and you just put it up.
Yeah.
And so... you know, it's different. It's very different for our Kenyan people to have all that there. And I get it. It's different for me. Even when I moved here, it was different to be in a supermarket that has everything. I was like, wait, we're not going somewhere else to buy, you know. At Wendy, Silicon, curtains, like, is there everything under here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really super big. And I feel like there's benefits to it. Apparently, they have employed over 5,000 people.
Wow.
So that's
pretty huge, yeah?
It's really, really big. They've employed about 5,000 people, so they've created job employment. What I hear from the people is that it is a little bit cheaper than other stores. So that's also good for the regular mwananchi. But there was uproar too. People are not happy about it.
Why?
Because it's like I was waiting for you to ask me, like, you know what, why? People are not so happy about it because the people in Gikomba are losing their business, yeah? Think about it this way. Or people in Kamkunji, think about it this way. I am a business person. I go to China to buy my stuff. So say I buy it for $1. You sell it to me from China for $1. I have to maybe come back and sell it for $5 to make profit and to also cover the shipping cost and my stay in China and all that business. But you come directly with that stuff from China. The same thing I have down for $5, you're selling for $2. Like, it won't make sense to me as a business person. Why would I come and travel all the way to come buy stuff from you? And you're bringing it here for cheaper.
Yeah, but also at the end of the day, I get your point. But I think the Kenyan that you're saying bought something for $1 and is selling for $5 was playing this exclusivity card and was actually selling it for $25.
Oh,
that's my thing.
There's that there too. Yeah.
So people would go to China from Kenya, they would buy things. And because you cannot find these things anywhere else in Kenya, electronics, whatever it might be, gadgets, kissing machines, you know.
Oh, wow. I don't know if they dropped that one yet.
But that one not yet. But just an example, right?
Yeah.
And so then, headphones, things like that. Then, because you can't find them anywhere else, they would say, because we are playing a kind of a monopoly here, this item is going to be 10 times the price. And if it's a supply and demand thing. When there was no supply, and the demand is high, you can ask for whatever the price is. But now these people are coming and saying, this is the true price. It's a free market.
Yeah.
So I think it should be helpful for our people in Kenya to innovate themselves. Like you said, okay, people used to go to Gikomba or where to buy things. Imagine the inconvenience of all that.
Right. I mean, yeah,
this is a one-stop shop. And for how many years have people been doing that?
Forever.
Exactly.
Forever.
And some supermarkets have tried to innovate and have everything under one roof. But this is another step of innovation. So that as a country, we see, these people are doing this. How can I be competitive?
Right.
Then we come up with something else to be. And that's how we grow and we make things convenient. That's how Amazon was born. That's how a lot of these companies in the US that deal with convenience. Right.
But Sunny, listen, we're already in a country where employment is not so easy to find.
Right.
Whether you have 10 degrees or 7, it's just really, really hard for any kind of person to even just find employment. So people are building employment for themselves. So these small businesses is create employment for me. With these people coming in and selling this stuff for half, and like I said, they have these little furnitures that you just fix and go. Like IKEA, for example, where you just buy it in a box and you go fix it. But then the other carpenter, Baba Oti, like now you've taken away from his business.
Yeah, and
does that make
so
sense?
Baba Oti needs to get innovative at this point.
How more innovative can he get if he only has this much money to just sustain this kind of business?
Yeah, so now capital comes into play.
Yeah.
Now I think there should be other things where they should encourage some more manufacturing within the country because everything is imported. And then also as these local traders need to get more innovative and figure it out, it gets to a point where the fittest survive, right?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
True. Yeah.
But that's just how the economy would work. I read that this place got shut down by the government.
It just recently did, yeah.
Right? So the Trade Cabinet Secretary, I think his name is Moses Kuria.
Moses Kuria, yep.
Shut the China Square down. It's affecting traders in Kenya.
Correct.
Right? Me personally, I think that is the most backward way of thinking. That someone has brought some new innovation into the country that is providing convenience for your citizens. And now you're going to shut it down because in the name of traders are getting hurt.
Yeah. Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's confusing, Sunny, because I want to feel for the common mwananchi that is used to this. Like, this is their daily bread. I want to feel for those people because they've lost a lot of business. But on the flip side, like you explained it, it is time for us to grow, you know? And it's like you're saying, the convenience part of it. So I'm really torn here. I don't feel like I can make a stand. I just want to read a little bit more about it.
If we don't embrace these kind of things, then we'll stay where we are forever. A very long time.
Yeah, we won't have growth. But then again, think about this family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so torn. It's like 50-50.
Yeah. And I'm not saying embrace it because it's Chinese. Honestly, if a Kenyan would have come up with this idea and decided to open, not call it China Square, but call it Gikomba Triangle.
Right. There's already Gikomba Triangle. That's where we're coming from. That's the thing. We already have our Gikomba. We already have our Kamkunji. We already have Isli.
Yeah, but open it in a mall, a retail establishment with prices and this kind of innovative stuff.
But again, that's where you said capital comes into play.
It does.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that China, not because it's Chinese or because it's Kenyan, just because it's innovative. I'm simply going off of the fact that it's an idea that can propel the place forward, regardless of who brought it into play.
That is true, yeah.
Now, for this place to open, I saw this thing. For this place to open, see, it went through all the channels of government.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I would assume they have the right certificates and all legal documents.
Before they were allowed to open, Kanjo, fire,
I know.
All those inspections, water, trading certificate,
are you saying
import certificate?
That's true. If they went through the right channels, unless they bribed somebody. And now Moses Kuria shutting them down is just to silence us. You know, these people, they're very smart.
Yeah, but if they if they went through the wrong channels, then the government has the right
to
shut them down.
Correct.
But they are not saying that is the reason. Why? They're saying the reason is because it's hurting traders.
Correct. So we'll know. We will know eventually. Hopefully you get to follow the news and kind of read and learn. But we'll soon find out what is going on. But that has been a big buzz in Kenya. And I don't know. I don't know if I can make a stand on this.
If I was China Square is in Nairobi.
It's in on Thika Road, Karibu KU.
And Nairobi only.
Yes.
If someone makes money off of this idea, then it has to. Then you have to say it has to. It came from Sunday Wind Down podcast. If I was a businessman right now in Kenya, I would go find if China Square opens back up.
Okay.
I would go find the director or whoever is in charge of China Square. I would figure out a deal of everything they are bringing in that they are selling retail in China Square. I would work up a deal to wholesale that product to me.
Okay.
And then I would open businesses selling products China Square is selling in
wholesale?
In rural. I would buy in wholesale from China Square and open places in other parts of Kenya, i.e. Kitale, Kakamega,
So what you're saying is just blow up China Square?
Yeah, but I would buy in wholesale from them. If I'm a businessman, I would buy in wholesale from them. In other words, if they're selling something for $10...
What if they're not selling in wholesale? Because they are a retail store, so I don't know.
They are a retail store, but I would go and find the owner
and make an arrangement. Okay, that makes sense.
Where if they're selling something for... I'll use shillings because it's in Kenya.
Right, yes.
For 1,000 shillings. And maybe they bought it, their cost is maybe, say, 500 shillings, okay? I would tell them, your cost is 500, for example. Sell it to me for 700. I will still sell it for 1,000.
Yeah.
You are selling it for 1,000.
Yeah.
So you make a little bit of money,
and I
wholesale to me, and let me open 3 or 4 shops and offer this service to people in other parts of Kenya. If I was a businessman, I would be thinking of things like that.
Right.
As opposed to we're being hurt.
Yeah, that's true. But like you said, capital again comes into play.
There is capital available. People in Kenya have money.
Yeah, who are you talking about though?
Not the people in Gikomba, not the small-time traders.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The problem is the people who have money are not affected by this. They already shop where they shop.
True.
It's the small people who don't that are being affected by this. But another positive of this that I saw was also Matatu people were saying, since they opened, Matatu and Uber too, they're saying since they opened, they've gotten a lot of business there. And I guess that's good for them.
Yeah.
It's hurting some people. It is benefiting some people. So we don't know. I hope we find a really good balance, but we don't know. There should be, I don't know.
The only part of me that is feeling a little bit refrained from this thing being good is I've always been a little set back by the influence that the Chinese are bringing into our country.
Right. Yeah.
Specifically because they are Chinese and they just want to take over
That
everything.
is not racist whatsoever.
It's not racist. It's just
their way of doing things.
Their way of doing things is taking over everything. And I'd hate for the country to be handed over to the Chinese.
Yeah, like apparently when they did, I don't know how true this is, but when they did the thing where they were building our Kenyan roads, apparently as a government you get into debt, of course, because you can't afford all the thing, at a fast, like not at first. You can't afford the whole thing up front.
Yeah.
So you get into debt, you get a loan here and there, or you get into an agreement. So one of this clauses was in case we were not able
to pay
as a country, in case we're not able to pay them back, they would take the port of Kenya.
But that is what they're doing with a lot of countries, right?
So, but isn't that crazy? Do you imagine how much we would lose as a country and how much they would make if they were to take over the port?
But they do it by design, because even the loan, they make it such that it makes it very difficult to pay back.
I know that. Yeah. That is right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so that's the only part about it being China Square that is like but I don't think the government of China opened China Square.
I don't think
it's
so. I think
Chinese citizens that said, let's open a business and let's do this. And that, I cannot fault anyone for that.
True, no,
like we've come to America, we've started business over here.
Right.
And you prosper because of you work hard and you do all these things. And if they want to prosper, then, they're not trying to...
them.
Yeah.
You really can't stop them.
It's not the government coming in and doing that. So
yeah, it's not the government. It's not really. So, I mean, like you said, if they went through the yes. Like you said, if they went through the right channels, really shouldn't be punished for it.
Now, speaking of the government of Kenya, I feel like
we need to pray about this government. But they pray. They've been praying anyway. Let them do the praying.
Let me tell you. Now they're getting paid to pray.
Are you kidding me?
Now they're getting paid to pray. So the first lady...
listen, hold on. Let me just pause you right there. The reason as to why I say, let me just not pause you, unpause, continue. Because it makes me so livid to think that...
I don't know the validity. I saw a tweet today. And apparently, the first lady has opened a faith diplomacy office. A branch of the government.
What is that?
Faith. It has employed 100 people.
What the hell is a faith diplomacy office, first of all?
I'm coming to that. 100 people have been employed by the faith diplomacy office, allegedly, that are getting paid by taxpayer shillings. Their job is to pray for the government.
No, please. What do you mean? So we are paying people to pray for us?
To pray for us.
See, I thought she prayed for her husband so he can win the elections, and he won. Her prayers are enough. Why is she employing more people? Is she losing faith in herself? What is this? Why is it this is wild, Sunny? It's crazy. And I don't know, but why are you assuming that we're all Christians?
Again, there was another question. So are they going to be praying in different religions?
I guess, because for us to be a government, it needs to involve all of us.
Yeah, I guess they're taking a little page from the old book where they combine church and state, and they're really combining church and state.
Let me tell you, this family here has done very big, miraculous things that we have never had before. There's the president's daughter. Her name's Charlene Ruto, I believe. She had an office of the first daughter. Guess what they do?
What does the office of the first daughter do?
Nobody knows. But she had employees. She had 100 too. But it's a funny number that you said. But when she was interviewed, an interview that I saw was like, yeah, and I have employees, so I'm creating employment, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what is an office of the first daughter? What are you doing? And so I saw a clip somewhere, and these people, it was a panel, and they were interviewing the president, Mr. Ruto, and somebody asked, oh, and by the way, we've been in State House for this long. I haven't seen a door saying Office of the First Daughter. So what is this office? And he was like, stop. We're laughing about it.
Yeah.
But mind you, we are not, because they're using our money. But to him, it's funny. He's
so what did he say this was?
You stop. This is not an existing office. These are just kids being kids. Mind you, the kid was born in 1990. If I do my math right, that kid is older than me. But we are playing. It's because you're playing with our money. That's why it's funny to you.
You were born after 1990.
Keep quiet. Focus here. That's not
sorry.
the problem. The way you lack focus sometimes, it scares me. 1990. Don't do too much math.
Okay.
Just go with the flow.
1990.
And the father literally said, these are just kids being kids. So that's where we are as a country.
But I think, like, even in the US, I'm not defending any of this.
You better not, because it does not make sense. What is the office of the first president? Daughter.
But even in the US, like, I think the kids of the president, they have some staff around them that, like,
cater to them.
Like the Secret Service and stuff.
That's supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's normal. But a whole office.
So mind you, she is getting paid by the government to run this office. It's just a way to put your family into the monies. Like, let me tell you, if I were the president, I'd do the fucking same. So I don't know if I'm just bitter because I'm not the first daughter.
I know if I was president, I wouldn't.
I would do it. What way are you gonna take me? I'm the president.
See, that's the thinking.
What you gonna do? They're already doing it. We can continue. Aluta continue. Speaking of Aluta, these people arrested Derek Omondi again. I am so mad.
Again,
Sunny, they just arrested. And I have so much love for him. I mean, he's a brother to me. He's a great, great person, but I feel bad. But do you remember after we spoke about him talking about there's no employment in Kenya and all this? He went, and he's very passionate. Sometimes I'm afraid for him, but he's very, very passionate about it. And he says, if you, as a Kenyan citizen, have a CV, a resume, print it out. We are going to bring it to the president. They said they are going to create jobs for the youth. They are going to. Here, print it out. If you're a banana seller, and today you didn't make money, you didn't sell no, but come with them. So they met. But then, of course, it's a protest. And, of course, Eric Omondi is leading this thing, and so he's arrested again. But hopefully he's out already. I didn't check in. I don't know for sure. But for sure he's out. I think they'll, whatever bail.
Yeah.
They'll do. So I think he was already bailed out. I'm sure he has. But Aluta continua. He's fighting for the people. This small Mwananchi that does not have capital to do the big-ass China Square, whatever. He's fighting for those small people. And those small-time people is me and you. I don't have that kind of money to open up China Square.
Yeah.
So it's just us. It's us. But if we lived in Kenya, it's us people from the middle class. I guess if it would even be considered middle at this point. Because there's, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's fighting for us. So whatever we can do to support. Honestly, whatever we can do to support. Because if we're just going to share the word, we're going to do it. Or if we're coming to protest, tukikuja Kenya utuambie tuende tu, tukishuka tumeshikwa.
Mbona tunamalizanga podcast na makasiriko hivi?
I don't really judge up. You know what? Yes. But you know what's positive on this podcast today? Is you're drinking whiskey, baby. The last three podcasts you've been drinking tea, and I felt like I am an alcoholic, but I am not. Because my best friend drinking whiskey today.
Sunday wind down. Yes, you know I'm listening. Good vibes in the evening. Yes, you know I'm listening, yeah. I'm okay.